Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you what you could expect from Singapore Airlines business class on their 787-10. Please follow me on Instagram at BrandonJohnson10K for behind the scenes looks at content that I will be reviewing in the future. So this is Singapore Airlines business class on their 787-10. Now this configuration is a little different. Now while the seats might not look different at first sight, this cabin is much more dense, so you've just got one kind of longer business class cabin on the 787 here -10. And one thing you're gonna really notice is, I guess, well, you really won't appreciate just how wide Singapore Airlines seats are until you're in this seat. Not that these are tight, but they're not nearly as wide as the seats on the A350, A380, and presumably the 777 as well. I haven't sat in the 777, but I believe that it's got a wide seat too. So looking at the seat here, you do have the amenity kit out there, headphones up here, a dining menu, got the RFID tag, USB ports, universal charging outlet, coat hook there. So you did have a bottle of water waiting for you at the seat. So again, the structure of the seat is a little different. One thing you're probably going to like is that you can actually, now the seat is a bit angled, but you don't have to angle your body to sleep. So it angles with the seat. So it makes for a much better resting position. Here, as you can see, the tray table out. But one thing, Singapore runs these 787-10s on, I don't even know if they're medium haul. I mean, this was flight SQ944 from Singapore to Denpasar, Bali. And that's 2 hours and 10 minutes. So they tend to run them on lanes like that. I'm guessing just leisure routes that they run these planes on here. You touch this, you got the seat controls. You can control the seat in-flight entertainment remote there to your right side. You've got this armrest that does go up, and that is nice. You'll see some seats I review in the future don't have that luxury of the armrest, which makes it odd sitting up straight there. So you can take a look out of one window. You can't really see out of the other window at your seat there in the in-flight entertainment screen. So on your left side too, you do have a armrest that can go up and down. And again, you really kind of take that for granted until you're in a seat that doesn't have that. So let's take a look at the recline here. And again, you're not having to contort your body on the 787-10 seat because they're angled with you. Yeah, the seat is kind of angled, as you can see, to the left, but the footwell matches that, unlike the A350, which yeah, a lot of people don't like that. As you can see, plenty of space there in the footwell. I'm 5'11" for reference, so comfortable footwell there. As far as the bedding, you got a fluffy pillow and a blanket for this 2 hour and 10 minute or so flight. But yeah, suffice there. Not gonna get the long haul stuff, but not bad for the short haul. Pre-departure beverages were offered there, and a choice of juices or the champagne. So I'm gonna leave you with the takeoff, and I'll be back shortly to talk about the flight. Okay, let's look at the bathroom here on the 787-10. And nothing too special about it. Pretty standard bathroom that we have here. There's somewhat sterile looking. You've got the Penhaligon's lotion and soaps, which is the brand of the amenity kit that was given out to you for this flight, and the brand that Singapore is currently using for amenity kits. So you did have options as far as dining went. So if you didn't book the cook, there's your option. So you just gotta hope that they had it, due to, depending on how many people booked the cook, which couldn't have been many because there was only 7 people in business class. So here's a look at my meal there. That's the braised beef with fish cake, prawns, and coconut rice. Also got the appetizer, smoked salmon with capers, and a banana cheesecake with butter crumble. Food was good. Bread was brought out. I didn't film that. I did have garlic bread. Unfortunately, it was a little bit hard, but overall food was good. The Wi-Fi situation, if you're in business class, you do have complimentary Wi-Fi, which is a plus. And there are the prices listed if you want to purchase Wi-Fi if you're not sitting in business class and are not a PPS member with the KrisFlyer program. So I'll let you look at the in-flight entertainment system, and I'll be back shortly to talk about my final thoughts. Okay, welcome back. So I wanted to give you my final thoughts on this flight. Another stellar performance by the crew. Again, I know there's only 7 people in business class, but I've yet to really have a disappointing experience on Singapore Airlines. So that's a good sign as far as consistency goes. Food I thought was pretty good. Again, the only negative there was the garlic bread, which was a little bit hard. And you're going to want to note, again, these seats are a little different than what you see on business class on their A350, 777, and A380, in that they're not as wide. But again, they're not by all means tight, but they're just not as wide as those seats as you're accustomed to on Singapore Airlines. So this is their regional configuration with a more dense business class that they use. But I guess the positive is that the seats aren't angled as such, so you have to contort your body if you wanted to take a nap. But judging by how short the routes they run this aircraft on are, you may not even have time to take a nap, or may not even consider that. But all in all, good experience, and Wi-Fi free for business class passengers, which is nice. That's really it. That was my experience on SQ944 from Singapore to Denpasar, Bali. As always, I do appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this with a friend. Thank you.